All right. Sports talk in the Mancave. I got a big old mic right in front of me, but that's to cover the belly. So that's okay. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to start off with Jeff Saturday. He was just named the Colts head coach. They fired Frank Reich. And I want to know your opinion on that. He doesn't have experience, and it's a little shocker to a lot of people. Charlie, let's start over there in that corner now.
That's the thing. No experience whatsoever. Your first experience is going to be as a head coach in the NFL. That just doesn't work. So the only way that this could work is if the people around him are really good. And obviously, if they're keeping the same people, it's not a good idea to have somebody just
They're not really good.
that has no experience whatsoever as a head coach.
So he's not the interim coach; he's their actual head coach.
He's
I don't know about
interim. I believe interim.
Interim, I guess, for the rest of this year.
Yeah, interim for the rest of the year, and if he does well, I guess they'll hire him.
with no experience at all. They said, They have tons of assistant coaches there that they could promote.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and they didn't get it.
So he's just there to kind of hold the ship together. The sinking
or
ship
let
together.
it sink.
Okay.
One or the other. He's probably going to let it sink. And
What do you think?
Well, I mean, look, guys, who are we kidding? It was a personal hire. Jim Irsay was the owner. He's always been very unorthodox. I mean, the guy's people have called him an alcoholic, right? And anyway, so I don't know if he was on the gin and juice when he hired him or not, but he stuck with it. And I'm a big believer in paying your dues. You know, Charlie's talking about the staff that's there. How loyal are they going to be to this guy when these guys have been there through the trenches, in and out? You know, they've coached and they've been, scrapping and clawing, trying to become NFL coaches. And this guy just comes off the analyst chair and he takes their job. So I mean, I'm pulling for the guy, but I don't see it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's ethically right.
Do you agree with Gilbert there?
Oh yeah, I agree. Paying dues for sure. I like to be a fly on the wall when they sit in that first coaches meeting, and kind of sort of see like, okay, well, what do you have to say? I mean, if I were just Saturday, I just kind of sort of just sit back and let them talk about it, and kind of sort of just kind of jump
You don't
in.
think he gets any respect whatsoever for actually playing for that team and having the success he had?
Kind of like, what have you done for me lately type
how many of the
mentality.
guys are still there that he played with or played?
None, probably.
The coaches that he played with?
Tough.
I mean, we saw it happen in the NBA. Steve Nash, Mark Jackson. I think those were the two guys in the NBA. But I've never seen it done in the NFL. Because I mean, like I said, it's totally different. I mean, like it's a totally different sport, and I don't agree with it. I think the only coach that could probably pull that off, a guy off the street, per se, would be Ray Lewis.
Romo.
No, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, the
No,
leader, a motivator.
Ray
When he
Lewis
talks,
And a
people
crazy
listen.
son of a
No,
gun.
I think Ray Lewis was.
Tony Romo literally calls the plays from the booth, and they happen right in front of our eyes.
Exactly.
Well, that could be. I think that's more of a coordinator than a head coach, because if you're going to say head coach, I'd rather have Aikman
There's
as a
head
head coach.
coach.
If we're
that
going to
run
go there,
offenses
I would
and-
go with Aikman. Aikman gets the respect. He demands the respect.
People are crazy.
Not his even the players that he played with. I mean, he
He's a
would get after
pothead.
their butt and
Aikman's a punter?
Pothead.
Really?
I
Aikman?
don't know. Look at him. He always looks high. Yeah, he's a cowboy hater.
He's speculating.
Nobody respects him.
He's speculating, guys. He's speculating.
Yeah, he's speculating. Nobody respects him anymore. If a Cowboys fan, he's a cowboy hater. Everybody knows that. He hates the Cowboys.
He's a
All right.
little biased in his
Man,
commentary.
Okay, so David, what do you think about Jeff Saturday? Because we came off topic there.
Jeff Saturday. It's a great hire.
It's great.
No,
is he a pothead?
No, I don't think. The guy's excited to be there. I mean, he played there a lot of years. He did some great things. If they think that he has the knowledge to do it, then great. And if he has,
If he's
if he
excited,
can work well with the coordinators and get good game plans together and put in his 2 cents worth, why not? I mean, why
If he's
not?
excited now, I think he's gonna panic later
Yeah,
because
yeah. And this
it's
might
very
be,
different.
like you said, it might just be this little temporary thing that he does, and he goes back to the booth again or wherever he's going to go to do his analyzing. But yeah,
I mean, Reggie Wayne, I think he's on the staff, and he played with Peyton Manning, same guys, and they overpassed him for somebody that was sitting for where we sit watching the games.
Doing a pretty good job.
I mean, he's coached as many games as I have. You know, so
but remember, did you see that video where Peyton Manning's getting mad at Jeff Saturday for calling the
I
plays?
saw that. I saw
So
that.
he has experience
I saw
calling
that,
plays already.
yeah.
So he's good, man. He can do it.
Yeah, I did see that.
All right. Well, let's move on from Jeff Saturday to some of the games that are going
The
to happen.
Sunday. From Jeff Saturday to
Sunday.
Sunday.
I
Little
got it.
boops.
All right, let me do it again. All right, so let me move on. All right, let's pick the games. There's a few good games. We'll save the Cowboys to last, but let's go with the Vikings. Who are the Vikings going to be playing this week?
The Vikings are playing the Bills. The
man,
Bills.
the Bills. Great game coming up. Charlie, what do you think?
Well, I think I'm going to give the edge to the Vikings. They've won some really, really close games. I think they will pull it off again. And I think maybe injuries will have a part in the outcome.
And Kirk Cousins has good moves with his dancing.
Oh, and that
so-
arm.
Like
Yeah.
that.
You saw that?
What?
You didn't see him dancing
The ice.
without a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the ice there.
I'm taking the Bills. If Josh Allen is healthy and he plays, I don't think the Vikings can handle it. I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, I agree. And Kirk Cousins last week, he did the typical Kirk Cousins. He threw interceptions, but they bailed him out, so they could have lost the game. I think this week, the Bills defense will kind of put him in the same position as he was last week, and they're coming off a loss. So I think that's big for the Bills because they got embarrassed last week. So I think they're gonna take it to the Vikings.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins.
What do you think?
The Bills have been, I'd say, a little bit disappointed. Disappointed in my point of view. They're the favorites to go, right? At least to the AFC championship. They haven't been performing the way they should. Granted, their quarterback, his name, he was kind of battling some stuff with his arms, injured day to day. And I'm riding, man. That wins. Doing good. I like that.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Doing good.
Minnesota.
So you're taking Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, they're
All right.
doing real good.
Well, I think that the Bills will take this one. I think the Vikings have won some close games, and I guess they're keeping the games close. I haven't really seen their defense, how good their defense
Well,
is.
actually, the Commanders had them probably, I think it was 17-0, and that's when they started coming
Yeah.
back.
And they came back.
They came
so
back.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
The Bills, from the games that I've seen, have played really well. And they can move the ball. They have a pretty good defense. And I don't think the Vikings will hang with them. Jerry Sanchez is going to hate that, but the Bills should take this one.
Bills Mafia. Right?
All right.
Okay.
Next game.
All right, Eagles and Commanders.
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's start on this side.
Philly looks good. I think they're gonna continue, going through. Because I want the Cowboys to get on the first loss. That's the only reason I'm picking them.
Okay, Philly. Philly's strong. Yeah, they're good.
Okay, I think the Commanders are gonna make Philly into the Philly cheesecakes and cheesesteaks. All right, no,
And
Is that legal? Is that
no,
legal?
no, no, I'm kidding. No, it could be an upset, but if I had my money on it, like just straight up, just straight up, the Eagles are there at home. That's a pretty ruckus crowd. I see the Eagles squeaking by. It's going to be closer than I think that what everybody says, and the spread. So I see a close nail biter division. It's a division game, so they're fighting for position. I like the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going with the Eagles also. I don't think it's going to be that close.
I do think it's going to be a close game. The Eagles have beat teams that are missing a quarterback and that are not that great right at this point. And they have been winning, and they did look great, but it's against these teams. The Commanders are actually picking up their game. The Commanders are playing a lot better these last 2-3 games. They really played a lot better. So I don't see them losing by 11. Maybe 5,
Maybe
But-
10.5.
Maybe 10.5, but not 11.
Not 11. all
Not
right.
11, but I still have to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Eagles will take it, and You almost convinced me that it was going to be a close game, but no, I don't think it's going to be a close
gonna
game.
be a close game.
I think they're going to blow it up.
No, because the quarterback is mine.
Oh, no wonder. Okay, all right.
My fantasy
All right.
quarterback, so Hurts better do good.
Now I think next game we do have
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
We're talking about Cowboys. We're talking Cowboys now. Cowboys, Packers. I mean, take it away. What do you think?
So Cowboys Packers. We have some fans that are Packer fans. I don't want to offend them in any way. I'm always a little bit afraid of the Green Bay because they come back and win games against the Cowboys. And like I mentioned in a video earlier, they're leading 20-17 as far as the amount of games that they've played. They played 37 times. This is the 38th time. The Cowboys are due. They've lost the last 3. I think the Cowboys should take this game because of their defense. I don't trust Dak when he plays good defenses, and I think Green Bay has a pretty good defense.
So you're taking the Packers.
So I'm taking the Cowboys.
Okay. Okay. Evidence goes with the Packers, but you're taking the Cowboys.
Was that evidence? That wasn't evidence. That was
No.
just stuff I was
Okay.
saying, dude. It was I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant the Cowboys are going to win this game. That's it.
No. Gumaro, what do you think, Gumaro?
Yeah, Cowboys. Yes, it's about time for them to kind of sort of give it back to Aaron Rodgers now that he's wounded. They're doing horrible.
Bring it back to the camera there because you're leaving the.
They're doing horrible.
You gotta be on the red
No
dot.
kissing.
But yeah. The Cowboys should do good. They should be rested, right? Should take care of all those little injury bugs that they had, and they should rock Aaron Rodgers' world.
Rock his world, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that.
You like it?
Well, actually, they're not playing the same caliber Green Bay team, but I know that everyone's still waiting for Aaron Rodgers to turn the team around. I mean, he did it a year ago, 2 years ago, where they were doing terrible, and then they started just picking up. Hopefully, this is not the week, and he's not playing the defense to let it be the week. So I think they're going to be after him. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on him, and he will make mistakes.
Did you see Aaron Rodgers laughing on the sidelines as they were losing
down, but yeah.
by tons? And it's like, does he care?
I think
don't know.
I think there's a big problem that the Packers offense has. The whole team.
Yeah.
The Packers offense is kind of turning against Aaron Rodgers, is what I read, and he's always placing the blame on other people. And they got rid of Devontae and this and that. And someone drops a pass and he acts like a little baby about it.
Yeah.
So I think this is the year that they're like done. They're not coming back from this year. They're gonna have a terrible year. I don't think the Cowboys. I don't think they're gonna hang with the Cowboys. I don't think it's gonna be close.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is gonna make them even more frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Cowboys are gonna dominate the game.
Oh,
And I think Dak will have a big game, David. I'm going to go against you on that.
You like that?
I like that, man.
Okay.
I like that.
No, here's my take. It's not the same Packers team anymore. Those teams are done. Father Time has caught up to Aaron Rodgers, and he has no weapons to help him out. Even if he still had a little bit left in the tank, I just think that they stripped him of all his weapons. So it's not the same team anymore. On top of that, Aaron Rodgers is not the same athlete that he used to be. He used to be this athlete that would just tear us apart with his legs, not just his arm, with his legs. Now we have a fast defense. Micah Parsons is faster than him. He's going to catch him. So and back in the day when we played against him, when he would just break our hearts, whether it was Romo or Dak or whatever, he would always kill us when he would improvise.
Yeah.
Out of the pocket, broken down plays. He was able to get that 4th and 17 in the playoffs when we went to that broke our hearts and it rained after. Anyways, so the Cowboys, I look for them coming off a bye week, especially that rested. Everybody's coming back. All the little nicks are kind of healed. Put a little Band-Aid on there, a little grease. I think we're due for a blowout, and
I hope that happens, because sometimes after a bye, you come out a little flat. So hopefully they come out.
No, I think they're going to come out as a well-shined oil machine, and those cheese heads are going to have to they're going to have to sit on those cheese heads because
graded.
Yeah.
Yeah, my concern with the Cowboys defense is stopping the run. Sometimes they have issues. They seem to be getting better, but sometimes they make a lot of yards on them. So if they can't stop the run, that's a big concern.
Well, let's see if their new run stopper comes through, and they've actually been adjusting very well to that. When there's a lot of passing, they go more around when they have the more running plays, they stick to the middle. So and the linebackers are fast enough. Oh,
Yeah, they are
their
fast enough.
secondary comes up and makes tackles on the line, behind the line. So I think they'll adjust very well to whatever they try to do.
Yeah, and also something else that I want to add is hopefully this will be the last week without OBJ. I think we're gonna sign OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. What do you guys
I
think?
don't think it's the same.
No,
You think we're gonna sign him?
He was already like getting older, and then he got injured. I don't think he's gonna be the same. Even if we get him, we don't get him.
Well, it causes a distraction, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah,
distraction
he's the
everywhere,
kind that
yeah.
always wants the ball, also, right?
Well, but I think the
But
good
you
thing,
know, he won a Super Bowl already,
Yeah.
so he's not going to be that much of a
He didn't
distraction.
technically win a Super Bowl. He did win a Super Bowl, but he feels like he didn't win it because he wasn't a part of it.
Well, that's true.
Well, he had a first catch,
Yeah.
though.
That was it, though. That was it.
the good thing about the Cowboys is that I think they have pretty good leadership, and I don't think Dak cares who gets the ball. Remember when Dez was there and he was throwing him the ball?
Yeah.
He really didn't
But
care.
then he started trying to force the ball to him.
No, they cut him. I think.
No,
cut
they
Dez.
started forcing the ball to him, and
Did
it
they?
didn't look that well. Yeah.
Well, I think he learned from that.
Well, yeah. Hopefully.
Well, but you get good receivers like Cooper when he was there, and it really opens up the field for everybody else.
Yeah, you
So-
run. You have a good route runner,
I don't
and it
know-
opens up everyone else. If you get to lead your man by a step, 2 steps, I mean that's good enough for an NFL quarterback.
Not that.
Yes, especially that. He's been trying to force the ball. He's been forcing the ball between some defenders and getting the good throws. Well, everybody's been missing. I saw Mahomes throw an interception.
So
He
we're
never
so-
throws picks.
Well, so does Dak sometimes. Yes.
Not miss.
Is there some sort of argument going on here? All right, so we all agree that the Cowboys are gonna win. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what we're waiting for is the bookets, because I really want to know what these guys have to tell me about their bookets, and let's see if you can use it to your advantage.
Okay, let's see.
Shall we start with
No,
Start over there.
this corner? This corner.
I'll
Gotta
start
put
over
on
here.
pause,
I'm choosing the Bears over the Lions. I'm a believer in Justin Fields. He's made me a believer. Kid's playing real good, balling out. Who knows how long that'll last? Him and Hurts are just running, and quarterbacks like that usually don't last. But I am going to go ahead and pick them. The Bears over the Eagles.
And who do you say?
Book it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice one. I like that one. I'm gonna use that one.
I'm gonna go with Seattle over Tampa Bay.
Sure, just get
Seattle
that.
made me look good.
You
Yes,
got a word.
yeah, because I know that somebody was gonna try to steal that one from me. So I'm gonna go with Seattle. I won my bucket last year with Seattle. Last week with Seattle. So I'm gonna go with Seattle over Tampa Bay. They're 2.5 point underdogs, so they will cover and win. Book it.
Book it. All right.
Got lost.
So last week, actually, I have not missed a bucket yet. Last week I chose the Jaguars to beat. Who was it? Who they beat last week?
Raiders?
San Agustin.
Raiders?
Was it Raiders?
Might have been the Raiders. Maybe it was
Yeah,
Raiders.
yeah, it was a Raiders.
The Raiders.
So they were underdogs, and I chose them to win, and they won.
You're amazing.
So I believe in them so much again. They're playing the Chiefs. They're 9.5 point underdogs. I'm choosing them to cover, not to win. They will lose by less than 10 points.
Nice.
Book it.
Good one. Good
That's
one.
the best one.
All right, I'm one behind Carlos. I believe I'm 4-1 on the year on my buckets. And last week I hit it with the Lions. I told you guys that they come back and they redeem themselves. They totally redeem themselves. So this week I'm not gonna take the Lions because I'm done with them. Anyways, so it's about a game that we spoke of earlier. The Commanders and the Eagles. Like I said, Eagles are 11-point favorites. Look for this division game to be closer than what people think. Possible upset, but I like the Commanders to cover. All right, and I'll book it.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
so David, what do you
Those
think?
shotgunners.
Well,
Now.
I think I'm about 12-0, I think. And so, listen to this one. We got the Texans playing the Giants. They're playing in Houston, or are they playing at that makes a
I'll
difference
let you
because I'm
know.
still going to go with the same pick.
Because you might want to change it.
But it's 4.5. Texans are down.
Underdogs. 4.5.
Yeah, they're
4.5.
underdogs by 4.5 points.
And Giants are at home.
We're gonna go.
To win it. No.
To win it. They're gonna win it, man. They're gonna cover for sure.
This is not
But
gambling
you know what?
advice.
This is not gambling advice at all.
But
Not
we're
at all.
always right, it seems.
But I'll be 13-0 next week because that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the Texans are gonna beat the Giants.
The Texans are gonna beat the Giants.
Well, last week you brought it up, and I didn't want to talk about it, but it was probably a good thing we talked about it. How about the Houston Astros?
He hasn't
They
said his
say-
booking yet.
Oh, come on.
It
Do
could
it.
happen. Like Angels.
You can book it after.
It's booked.
I was right. I said they
It's
would
booked.
win
It's
3 in
fine.
a
It's
row.
booked. I booked it already.
Just book it. There you go.
I just
Okay.
now you're gonna be 12-1.
I booked it.
That's a
All
side
right.
book it, but it's a book it.
Book it.
There you go. All
All
right.
right. Hey, why don't we talk about the Houston Astros now that I'm done?
Yeah.
with my book it,
I
man?
think you should.
Okay,
what
let's
do you
that.
think? I
Yeah.
nailed it.
You're done interrupting. Now
Three.
Let's
go-
start on this side.
Well, it was great for Dusty, right? I still
Yeah,
can't believe
so-
that 73 years old and he's coming back for another season. That's
awesome.
insane.
That's good. That's
But
good.
if anybody deserved it, it was him
Yeah.
to get his ring.
Yeah, I thought the Astros needed to win this series, just so they can redeem themselves, and they did it. They played amazing. They came back. As soon as we started talking about them, they started winning. Amazing. It's it works,
Yeah.
So that counted as 3 buckets for me.
So I think they got more creative with their cheating. No, I'm kidding. No, they
In a couple of years, we'll find out what they did. What did you all do this time?
You got to give them credit.
Bats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pine tar, everything.
Yeah.
No, you got to give them credit. I mean, they won, and despite there was a lot of pressure on them because of all the cheating scandal and everything, but you got to give them credit. And I think that the best thing that they have going for them in the future is they have most of their guys signed up, right?
Yeah,
And
there's
they have a
some
strong
free
pitching
agents.
staff. They have a really, really strong pitching staff, which I think that kind of got them over that hump.
The pitching's amazing.
The pitching was great,
Right.
and the hitting was timely.
I think Verlander's the only one leaving, but I mean, he didn't.
He may
pitch
not even
well.
know him. I don't think he's
Right.
gonna leave.
Okay.
It's a $25 million.
He opted out of his thing.
Right.
Wow.
So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Do you think he's in cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Everybody is, whether they talk about it
Yeah.
or not.
They're definitely in crypto.
Tom Brady, was with. I think he had like a position with FTX.
Yeah,
Oh,
Him and his wife.
yeah,
ex-wife.
he's a big believer in Solana. I know that Solana's a big one for him, and Bitcoin, of course.
Yeah.
So they are.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sorry, Chale.
So there you go.
Okay, get back to the baseball. There you go.
Okay.
Come on.
Well,
Are you glad they did it without Carlos Correa?
yeah, I'm really
And
glad.
his replacement got the MVP?
And his little replacement got the MVP.
Did you guys agree with the MVP?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. I know Jordan. He had been having some trouble batting, and he came through on that big 3-run homer. But
Yeah.
this kid had been getting 3 out of 4 and getting more hits than anyone, getting on base, getting the rally started. And yes, he definitely deserved it. Definitely. Great plays at shortstop.
And
So-
rookie, man.
Correa lost out on this one, but we got a good one coming up.
That's
So-
good.
Good
That's
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad. All right, guys. Any last comments this time around?
No, I think next time we're going to talk about shampoo products.
Shampoo.
And no, I'm kidding.
We're
No.
QVC now, or what?
We're gonna start selling stuff here. Not live.
Don't forget to buy the shirts.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will talk to you next week. Go Cowboys.
Juice.
See ya.
All right.